Trump just lit the fuse on Minnesota's billion-dollar Somali fraud empire by Phillip C. Parrish, retired U.S. Navy intelligence officer or 2026 Republican candidate for governor of Minnesota. Let's cut the bullshit. Yesterday, President Trump posted one paragraph on Truth Social, and the entire DFL nonprofit grift complex lost their minds. He terminated TPS for Somalis in Minnesota, called our state a hub of fraudulent money laundering activity, said Somali gangs are terrorizing citizens, declared billions missing, and told the thieves to pack their bags. The paid trolls and blue-check useful idiots immediately screamed, "It only affects a few hundred people. Nothing will change." That's exactly what a junkie says when you take away his needle. Here's what actually just happened, and why the people telling you it doesn't matter are either brainwashed or on the payroll. 1. The TPS termination is the tripwire, not the bomb. Only approximately 500 Somalis in Minnesota are actually on active TPS. That's true. But every single one of those 500 is a walking, talking Exhibit A in federal court when the DOJ finally starts seizing assets, freezing bank accounts, and issuing RICO indictments against the nonprofits, the fake daycares, the autism-billing mills, and the politicians who looked the other way while billions were wired to terror groups and offshore accounts. Those 500 TPS holders are the last thread tying the entire fraud empire to the humanitarian excuse that kept the money spigot open for 3 decades. Pull the thread, the sweater unravels. 2. The real target isn't the 500. It's the 87,000 plus who use TPS as the entry ramp. Most of the Somali population here is now citizens or permanent residents. Good for them. They played the game and won. But the game was rigged with your money. Chain migration, refugee resettlement cash, Section 8, Medicaid expansion, autism therapy mills that bill $100,000 per kid per year, fake feeding our future sites claiming to feed 25,000 ghost children. Every dollar of that river started with the original TPS designation in 1991 and the endless extensions that followed. Trump just announced the river is now dammed. Every future audit, every clawback, every terrorism financing investigation now has presidential cover to go back to day one and follow the money. 3. The enablers are sweating bullets, and they should be when the feds start deporting the last 500 TPS holders. Guess who else gets dragged into immigration court to testify? The community organizers who signed the fraudulent sponsor forms, the nonprofit executives who cashed the 7-figure admin fees, the DHS caseworkers who rubber-stamped obvious fraud, the politicians who took campaign checks from the same shell companies that were wiring cash to Al-Shabaab. One subpoena leads to another. One cooperating witness flips the whole house of cards. 4. This is the beginning of the end for the little Mogadishu protection racket. For years, the script was perfect. Commit fraud, cry racism when anyone notices, get the Star Tribune and NPR to run cover, rinse, repeat, buy another mansion in Edina. That script just got shredded by the President of the United States on a platform with 100 million views. The protective narrative shield is gone. Every future raid, every frozen account, every perp walk now comes with a presidential stamp that says, "We told you this was coming," to every Minnesotan reading this. When someone tells you Trump's move changes nothing, understand what they're really saying. They are either us so indoctrinated by 3 decades of refugees good, questions bad propaganda that they can't see the biggest welfare heist in American history, or B, they're one of the people who got rich off it, and they're terrified the gravy train just hit a brick wall at 100 miles per hour. I've been screaming about this since 2018 when I first exposed the daycare fraud. I've been called every name in the book. Yesterday, the President of the United States proved every word was true. This isn't the end. This is the starting gun. The thieves, the grifters, and their enablers just got put on notice. And in 2026, we finished the job, right here in Minnesota. Phillip C. Parrish, Navy intelligence ret, the guy who's been right about this shit show from day one.